Yo, new spot unlocked in the restroom. I think this might be it. What's going on, guys? It's Mondo here, and today we are talking about the Atlanta Hawks. Before we get started, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, comment down below, guys, what you guys want to see next. We're going to try to finish this series in the next, 2 or 3 weeks, right before this NBA season starts. But we're starting a new division. Obviously, y'all saw on last Saturday, that we finished up the other division, the second division, finally. But yeah, we're talking about the Atlanta Hawks. Before we get started, also, all of the footage belongs to the NBA, NBA G League, and NCAA. Let's go. All right, first up is Eli Day. Hope I said that right. 6'8" forward going undrafted this year in the 2025 NBA draft. Signed a 2-way contract. In 131 games in the EuroLeague and about 11.8 minutes a game, he averages 3.2 points, 2.4 rebounds, and 0.4 assists. My breakdown of him is he's a raw, confident, athletic forward who thrives in the fast break and pick and slip action. His game relies on running the floor and finding cutting lanes. He's an high-energy player that has a lot to prove on both ends of the floor. He reminds me of a floor of maybe an Anthony Bennett, but a ceiling of a modern-day Dennis Rodman. Next up is Asa Newell, the 6'11" forward being drafted with the 23rd pick in the first round of the 2025 NBA draft. He signed a 4-year, $16.2 million deal. He played 33 games in the NCAA. In about 29 minutes of action, he averages 15.4 points, 6.9 rebounds, 0.9 assists, and 1 steal and block a game. I see him as an explosive forward with a lot of great qualities as a defender. With some development needed on his passing and shooting, he shows flashes of being able to develop more on both ends. I see him as a 2-way forward that brings a lot of versatility and high energy to a young Hawks team. My comparison for him is the floor of a Marvin Bagley III and ceiling of a Paul Millsap. Next up was one of my favorite players on the Timberwolves last year, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, a 6'5" guard being drafted with the 17th pick of the first round of the 2019 NBA draft. They acquired him through a sign-in trade, signing a 4-year, $62 million deal. He's played 381 games in the NBA. In about 20.8 minutes of action, he averages 8.6 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. He's a great perimeter defender who can be a great secondary ball handler. He's developed to be a stereotypical 3-and-D player who can hit open shots and guard the best perimeter players. With the Hawks always being a below-average defensive team, he adds defense and facilitating to an offensive-heavy offense. Another person getting picked up in a 3-team trade with Boston and Brooklyn, is Kristaps Porzingis, the 7'3" center forward, being drafted 4th overall of his draft in the 2015 NBA draft. He's played a total of 501 games in the NBA. In about 30.8 minutes a game, he averages 19.6 points, 7.8 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 1.8 blocks a game. He's a rim-protecting stretch 5 that can deter many players from going into the paint. Even with having a lot of injuries, he still produces at a high level and helps bring a championship, or he even helped bring a championship to Boston. He also adds interior defense as well as versatility to the offense. He also gives them the ability to go bigger for bigger teams. Next up is the 6'5" guard forward, Luke Kennard. He got drafted 12th overall of his draft within the 2017 NBA draft. He signed a 1-year, $11 million deal. In 460 games in the NBA and 23.4 minutes of action, he averages 9.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. He's a 3-point marksman who is one of the best shooters in the league. He's not a top-of-the-line defender, but can stretch the floor for many of the athletic players that thrive in the paint on this team. He can also play in small ball lineups on this team and can help the spacing when they go big. Next up, it's Jacob Toppin, the 6'9" forward, going undrafted in the 2023 NBA draft. He re-signed a two-way contract. In 44 games played in the NBA G League and 37.3 minutes of action, he averages 21.1 points, 8.4 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 0.9 steals and 0.9 blocks a game. He's a high flyer who has great shooting mechanics and a deep layup and dunk package. He struggles to use his athleticism to take advantage on both ends. He is a decent all-around defender on paper, but could be better against stronger and more versatile offensive threats. My comparison is a Jericho Sims as a floor and a ceiling of his brother Obi Toppin with an added superior defense. Next up is Nikola Jurizic, the 6'7" forward, being drafted in the second round, the 43rd pick of the 2024 NBA draft. He signed a 3-year, $5.95 million deal. In 24 games in the NBA G League and 24.8 minutes of action, he averages 12.2 points, 3.5 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 0.9 steals a game. He's a decent defender with a confident shooting ability that can pass. He plays well in the open court with an above-average court vision in that area. He has decent reaction time for a forward with the ability to play off ball. I have him as a ceiling, as a more defensive Daniil Gallinari, and a floor of a Juan Toscano Anderson. Next up is Keaton Wallace, the 6'3" guard going undrafted in the 2021 NBA draft, signing a two-way contract. In about 31 games played in the NBA, he averages about 16.2 minutes, 5.4 points, 1.6 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. He's a great all-around player with the ability to spread the floor. He is a high-energy, defensive-minded playmaker who tries to find a way to win. Brings more defense and to an offensive-minded team. He will also need to learn how to play off-ball to a ball-dominant player like Trae Young. I have comparisons of him to his brother Cason Wallace, and I think that's about where he's going to end up playing. Next up is N'Faly Dante, the 6'11" center going undrafted in the 2024 NBA draft. He signed a 2-year, $4.5 million deal. In about 31 games played in the NBA G League and about 29.1 minutes of action, he averages 16.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 1 steal, and 2.1 blocks. He has a lot of potential as a rim-protecting defensive lob threat, which usually plays well alongside Trae Young, but has a raw offensive package. He has a decent motor with consistent effort when he plays. He has the ability to switch onto guards, but I see him playing better as a float defender like Giannis. His comparison is Thomas Bryant as a floor and Clint Capella as a ceiling. Last but certainly not least, Caleb Houston, the 6'8" forward guard, being drafted in the second round, the 32nd pick of the 2022 NBA draft. He signed a 1-year, $2.4 million deal. In 168 NBA games and 14.3 minutes of action, he averages 4.1 points, 1.5 rebounds, and 0.6 assists. He's a 3-and-D player with a great ability to play off ball. He doesn't have the best athleticism, but doesn't need it because he has the ability to shoot almost better than anybody in the league. He can play with other ball-dominant players as seen in his time in Orlando. I have him as a floor of a Mike Dunleavy Jr. and a ceiling of a Darius Miller. Of course, notable players coming back to the team are Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu, Zachary Risache, and Mohamed Guy. Alright, with all that being said, as y'all saw, we did a little bit different. We're talking about how they affect the team as well. But what do I think about this team? I think they're going to be an above 500 team, slightly, maybe like a 43 to 45 win team. They added way too many defensive players for an offensive-minded coach and system. And Trae Young, if they're not going to trade him, obviously not a defensive guy. So, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I think they're going to be an above 500 team, but they're still going to be in the play-in. I think they're going to be a first-round exit. I mean, they're still really young, right? Caleb Houston is a young player. Kristaps, yeah, he's older. Trae Young, yeah, he's older too. But, I mean, what can you do in their situation? They have a nearly untradeable star in Trae Young, right? And, yeah, you drafted a stud, right? But there's nothing much you can really do right now. But, yeah, I see them being an above 500 team, being a first-round exit. That's my thoughts. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. And, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed all the stuff that I told you at the beginning. Like, share, subscribe, turn on notification bell, comment down below. That's when you see next. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.